Hey, this is Sam Black with the final match of this 8-player queue with Grixis Command Control. I'm on the play with a 1-land hand, and despite the fact that I have a Thought Scour, given that all my other cards cost 3, this is a pretty clear mulligan. And this I can keep. It's not great, but it'll do. This is a hand that's potentially a lot better on the play than it would be on the draw. Get Watery Grave here. I'll just play Island rather than revealing another color. Depending on what my opponent does, I'm pretty likely to just cast Snapcaster at end of turn, since there are no spells to flash back in sight, and getting a clock going while disrupting my opponent's mana sounds pretty good. Oh well, nice of my opponent to mill Splinter Twin and let me know what we're working with here. So I'm just going to fire this off. That got countered, and now I could play Fulminator or just Command. Problem with playing Fulminator is that it tells my opponent to get a basic. Problem with Command is maybe not that problematic. Maybe I just make my opponent discard a card and get Snapcaster back now. The problem with Command is that I don't like tapping out on my turn if I can avoid it. I think I'm just going to pass end of turn Command and then Fulminator Mage my opponent after they've fetched a non-basic, which I assume is what's going to happen here. Creature, and you discard. Alright, so that resolved. Now, often against Twin on 3 mana you can't afford to tap out for something, but Fulminator I can tap out for, because if my opponent lets it resolve, then I can blow up a land and my opponent won't have enough mana to cast Twin. I don't think I need to blow up a land right now. I think I'm fine letting my opponent have lands. I like threatening the attacker. Just trying to verify this is true before letting my opponent have 4 mana when I shouldn't. It seems true. Of course, if my opponent plays a 3 mana creature, then the whole situation changes. And now I do have a stop on my end step again. I'm going to go for the Blood Crypt. maybe keep my opponent off a color. This isn't good. If my opponent has twin and I counter, then land twin kill me. If I don't counter, then tap a land and then I can't counter. I guess my opponent doesn't know that, and I can counter if I draw blue, so I guess I just let this happen. That's aggressive, but alright, you are correct. I don't have the mana leak. Alright, so Rending Volley, Spellskite. I kind of like Ratchet Bomb, just putting it in play and leaving it on 3, but that might be wrong. Yeah, it's probably wrong. Negate and Dispel. Probably Vendilion Click. I don't, well, maybe Electrolyze. I don't feel like Pestromite's going to stay in my opponent's deck, so I don't think I want Static Caster. Go for the Throw might be good. Probably better than Shriekmaw. Don't think I want Shriekmaw. Don't think Fulminator Mage is actually the best way to fight this. 3 mana sorcery is not really where I want to be. Cryptic is bad against cheap counter spells. Certainly an argument for just cutting Muldrifters at this point. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, as much as I don't really like it. I will play first. This one land hand is really tempting. I have Tasigur too. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to fetch Watery Grave here. And Thoughtscour myself. Now, ideally I'll draw another land and get to play Tasigur. I'm going to Thoughtscour myself to try to hit. And I did not. Alright, things could get rough now. Alright, my opponent did not leave up Remand or Mana Leak, so I can cast Tasigur and just hope that somehow that leads to me winning eventually. draw land next turn, I don't hate my chances. Well, it's not going to be easy. I think I discard Vendilion Clique, most expensive card in my hand. I discard Snapcaster. Maybe Lightning Bolt. No, Lightning Bolt's too likely to have an immediate effect of letting me win the game if things are going that way. That's an easy discard. This is a weird game. I don't even know what to say. Are you dead? Okay. You can discard a card. It will be Mana Leak. My opponent has a million lands. Alright, fine. Not land. Lightning Bolt is lethal if I can resolve it. I guess I discard Snapcaster. I guess I discard Rending Volley here because all of my red is going to be tied up in trying to kill my opponent. Yeah, I mean, might as well. This is a bizarre game. Yep, can't do anything about that. Probably doesn't do anything. Likely dead. Alright, dead. What a way to go.